Okay, viewing audience. Now we're ending up the interviewing with different individuals, and we was glad we had a chance to interview some people tonight. The program itself, the way I found out about it is through you and Elder Farrell. And I even asked a few people just to come out and observe and see if it's something that's dealing with ministers, but they're trying to get overall community and people involved, because it just ain't for preachers or ministers. So you need to come out and see what's going on. So far, the impression that I got when I got in here, I was talking to Tony and was telling him that the makeup of the crowd, that was one thing impressed me, because it's a mixed crowd. And there was so many white as well as black, a lot of white was here, meaning that they are also concerned about crime and some of the topics and things that y'all was going to discuss or going to discuss or will discuss in the future. We didn't apply a lot of pressure tonight, but later on during these events, some of those things will come out. So tell the viewing audience how this impressed you, because since you're one of the lead of what's going on, tell us a little more about what y'all are doing and what's going on.
Okay, the Savannah Pastor Alliance is really a combination of all pastors of Savannah. If you are a pastor and you have not been or shared in this, you need to just talk to another pastor who is and join and be a part of it. We don't have any specific leadership. There's no president, vice president. You can't say, well, oh, I know what that group is doing because I know him or I know her. We're all just pastors coming together. The primary purpose is to eradicate violence in our community, even more specifically gun violence, and we're looking to work together. We know that one of the components that bring about violence in our community is poverty. So we're working and doing our best to reduce poverty, to reduce violence in our community. That's something that all of us can get on board about, and we're so serious about getting that done. So we come up with some ideas, working together as pastors in the community. And now most of these, we didn't have any assistant pastors, any other ministers, just pastors, so we could speak pastor to pastor, leader to leader, and make a difference. At some point, I know, expand this into others within our congregations, but we're looking forward to still getting together, making a tremendous difference in our community, and it's working. When we first started this around October, people said, oh, these preachers don't stay together long, they're not going to do anything, it's not going to work. It's been since October, and we're only getting stronger, we're getting larger. People talk about how many liquor stores and how many churches there are in Savannah. Well, I don't know if we got more liquor stores or more churches, but whatever we got more of, we got enough churches, and we're asking every pastor to be a part of us. Do what you can do, pastors. We're not asking you to do everything, because we know nobody can do everything. But if everybody did something, we might could reach everybody. And we're reaching for families, our young people, and for families particularly. Families who are hurting, families in need, families who can find better employment or who can start their own businesses. We know money is a part of this, and the love of money is the root of all evil, not money. So we're working together to empower families and individuals, and education is a piece of that as well. So if you're in a part of any of that, you're doing anything to help with eliminating poverty or violence, join us in our efforts to do what we can to make Savannah a safer, a more community that's conducive for everybody, and that's our goal.
That sounds good. Judge Brett just told me a few minutes ago that, and we talk about this, and he said if you all are sincere and you look like you're headed in the right direction, and that way, if you are successful in what you are doing now, in what you aim to do for what you're saying, then less people will be coming to see him and everything else. And we've cut down on some of these things, because it's like you say, poverty is the key thing to all of this, and we want the general overall public to know, because you are involved in this. But poverty is the key. If we eliminate or cut back on this poverty situation, we will then decrease crime and some of these other things that we are dealing with. Now, one other thing that I want to say to you before we leave, because we're going to be talking about it in the future. Once this information get around to people, and especially elected officials, I want you all to hear this too, elected officials. Once this information get out to them about these meetings, we're going to expose them if they are properly invited and don't show, because that's their duties and responsibility to be to some of these things that's happening now, because they are part of it and this sort of thing, and they're part of them to help eliminate some of the problems that we are having. What you think about that? And then I'm going to let you go.
Oh, well, we've been talking with various elected officials. We've been talking to those who are appointed positions and letting them know we've heard their side of what's going on and what they believe the answers are. But we know, working together, we have this. So it would behoove any elected official to be a part of what we're doing. But we're not waiting around for anyone. We're talking to who we have to talk to, and we're doing what we have to do. As our motto was saying, as you saw there, the children can wait no longer. It's time to do something. We're not just about meeting. So on June the 22nd, we'll have another event. We'll be at the West Broad Street YMCA for all of our young people to come, their parents, particularly even those who are not church. We're not trying to get a bunch of church folk together. We're really trying to get those folk who are not church, who don't know the pastors in the community, come meet the pastors, come share with us, come grow with us as we try our best to grow our community and being more of what God would have it to be.
Well, I'm going to say this before we leave, and this again talking to elected officials. We had our April Randolph meeting last night, and one of the key things that we discussed was in detail report card. And when I say report card, we're talking about people who we elect to serve us, whether you're local, whether you're state, or whether you're national. On a national scale with the AFL-CIO or labor, what have you, we have a professional people on staff dealing with report card. So therefore, anything that happened during the run of a year, any bill that is introduced, this or that, we have your record on how individuals vote on that report card. We can tell you exactly the people who live in that area who vote for them, how they voted. Well, the same thing going to happen locally when we start putting all of this stuff together. So again, you said in the past you all have talked to elected officials, and I'm not talking about you all. We're talking about the overall community because we're going to expose them. So if they've been told about what's going on and don't start showing up to these things, y'all don't have to open your mouth, because the media will. Because if they have been properly invited, don't show, then we're going to talk about them, who showed and who didn't, and this sort of thing. So again, we thank you, and tell the viewing audience something before you leave, anything that you might want to say to them.
We're so excited about the Dunham Report and all the work that Brother Chester Dunham does. We're excited about all that he's done and what he means to our community. So again, our hats off to you. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to share on the Dunham Report as the Pastors Alliance coming together for a better Savannah.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yes, sir.